In the previous example, we saw that, remember, the C path dropped from significance, but just barely non-significant when the mediator was included in the equation. And this is an example of what has been traditionally thought of as a full mediation effect. However, there's some current thinking that this full partial distinction is not as helpful, perhaps, and so these authors, Rucker et al., with this cite below the slide in the notes, they have argued that we should drop this distinction altogether and just stop talking about it. And they said the reason for this is that even when we test for mediation and statistically it shows a full effect, we never really know what other mediators are operating in that inside that effect of the IV on the DV. And so they talk about, and maybe it was another article too that talked about this idea of a net effect. Oh, I think it's in our Hayes text actually, that there may be many mediators that we're not aware of in addition to the ones that we have in our study, but there are other ones floating around that we don't have in our model, and those can be operating in different ways. And they can even operate at cross purposes such that one has a positive effect and the other has a negative effect, so they kind of cancel each other out and make the relationship between X and Y look like it's zero when it's really not. And so it kind of blows my mind a little bit, quite honestly. But anyway, let's keep this simple. The point is that let's not use the full versus partial distinction. Rucker and colleagues recommend that we simply report the indirect effect and leave it at that. And so that's the kind of the practice that I employ moving forward.